All right, so this is going to be considered your home page when you first log in. It has a very social media-like presence if you have experience with it. If not, this will be your first exposure to social media. It's a very safe, closed environment though, just for the school, which you can see here by the icon. So when you first log in, you see recent activity. When I click on home, it brings me straight here to recent activity. So it's the first place that you can see messages that are being sent from teachers, from other parents, and so forth. I'm going to speak about what your specific roles are going to be and what you're going to see. You're not going to see what I see, just because I'm a member of different courses and groups that you guys will not be members of. You only see information for courses and groups that you're a part of. Okay? How do you know what course and group you're a part of? You click on courses and you will see what you're a member of. Okay? We're going to set up the system so that everyone's in the correct course or group that they should be in. So they won't have to really think beyond that. They'll just know that they need to click up there to find that course or group. Okay? You guys are going to predominantly live in groups though. Alright, so home, courses, groups, and then I'm not going to talk about resources right now. It's going to be too much information for today. Alright, so before I click into any course or group, again, this is recent activity. Annette just posted an update. Okay, that term is going to make more sense the more we explore this. But she sent out an update to the main campus elementary program. That's a course she has put together, and she sent this out. So every member of that course got that update, that piece of information with this link. All right, so it's a way to also send out mass communication to a group of people. As parents, you're going to be able to do that as well. Okay?
So what courses will parents see?
Yep, so I will get into that for sure. Over here on the right hand side is upcoming. So if there are calendars attached, there's individual calendars attached to every course and every group. So in your parent group, if you want to add events that are specifically aligned to your grade level, you can, and they'll be able to see this in this upcoming view. Okay, right now I see a lot of things. Some of these are duplicates because I'm a member of so many things. Things are duplicated, but we're also working on this to simplify this so that we don't have duplicates. When I highlight over this, it also tells me what it's connected to. Preschool staff, main campus, all teachers. On their calendars, they've added these, so that's why I have them twice. Okay, so we have set up a bunch of groups for the parents. A place for parents to communicate with each other and just the parents. Not the teachers, not the staff at the school, just the parents. So apparently I think it replaces the Shutterfly experience. Chloe, would that be right? This is the groups are replacing Shutterfly? Okay. So if you guys are in right now, if you click on groups, do you guys see you should all be a part of main campus room parents. You guys got that? Okay. Something to pay attention to is this crown. So that crown means that you are an administrator of that group or course, right? If I go on courses, there are also some crown icons. What that means is that it gives you a lot of power. And as the room parent leaders, you want to have that power because it allows you to do what you need to do in that group. If you're just a member, you're going to not see one. Like this one is empty. So you're considered more of a student instead of a teacher. Okay? The system just only considers you either as a member or an administrator. It's only one or the other. Okay. There can be as many administrators as you want.
I actually have made all the room parents administrators so they can bring up subjects and things.
Yeah, so if you look at your main campus, you should have a crown next to it. If you don't, let me know and I can...
The king and queen.
Yeah, kings and queens of that. So I'm gonna click on that group. So main campus room parents. So if you guys can do that too, you'll be kind of walking the same line as me right now. So there was another parent meeting this morning, so that's why you'll see some activity right here. So this is what you'll see. So your landing page in a group is updates. All right. So what I did earlier today is I wrote an update and I wrote welcome room parents. And I will do it again and I'll say welcome room parents afternoon session. Right. And then just before I click post, because I want to show you a couple of the features, is that there's a whole text editor up here. So you can get a little bit more advanced than just one line, right? If you want to add a link, there's a link here. If you want to like embed a link into this text, you can. Or you can attach a file. So if you want them to check out a file, like a Word doc or a PDF, something like that, there's a link if you want to attach a link to a website that you want them to check out, or a link to like a Google Doc if you are comfortable with that. An audio and video recording. If you want to get really fancy, you can click on that. And then if you want to do a quick, simple, anonymous poll, you could do that too. Okay. When you're ready to post it, you're going to click post. So I'm going to send it now.
How big can the files be attached?
I think it's around like 500 megabytes. Yeah. And there's ways to attach links to things too. So if you wanted to store something somewhere and put a link to it, you could do that as well. Yeah, and I would just like kind of trial it with different pictures and videos, and I'll show you another place where you can put media too. So as soon as I click post, you will see it here on updates. Every member of this course, which should be all of you, should also get an email notification that says an update has been sent out. So that is the way for you guys to know to come in here to check it. Does that make sense? Okay, I just want to make sure. After you get more comfortable with it, a lot of people are going to just, when they see the email, they're going to see it and they're going to be like, oh, okay, something happened in Schoology. I probably should log in and check it out. But in your email, you will see that entire update as well. So some parents will want to stay in their email and not actually log in because they don't really need to if it's something simple like that. If there's something more advanced in there, like you did attach a couple pictures, they are going to have to log in and look at it. Okay. What else? Is there any questions about that? Yeah.
How do you change the settings to not
Yes, okay. So after you get more comfortable with it and they say there's a lot of activity and you start to get bombarded with emails and you're going to want to get rid of those, right? So there's a couple places to do that. So if you go up here in this drop down, there's a notification section. Okay. So when you click on that, this academic portion is associated to courses. You guys are predominantly going to be living in groups. So what I sent out was an update. So I have this on and I'm tired of getting all the updates because I do check it regularly. So I don't need the updates. I would turn that off. So group update, turn it off. I will not get an email that says an update has been posted. Okay. And there's a lot of other things in here. So you can, as you get more comfortable, decide what needs to be turned on and turned off. Probably more off than on. And then don't forget to scroll to the bottom and click Save Changes. It won't remember it if you don't save it.
Would you be able to access like the pictures on your phone with the app?
Yep. Yes, there's a really good mobile app for your phone and a good mobile app for tablet too. Yep, can be downloaded from the App Store or on an Android phone.
So you had posted, I didn't see your note on my page, and I posted it, but I didn't see it on all the others.
So it takes a little time.
Yeah,
So
if I don't move from this page and I put something
okay,
down,
so you have to refresh by getting out of the page and coming back.
yeah, or just pressing this button right here, this refresh button. Yeah. Yep. So there's the notifications, which we don't want to encourage parents to turn that off immediately. We don't want that because this is going to be their way to get comfortable with this new place, to get information. We don't want them to turn it off because then they might never go in. And they wouldn't be notified at all, and so they wouldn't even know to check in on anything.
So on the drop-down notification, when you go in, there was a custom. What's
Yes,
variation?
so the custom means that I have made specific custom settings per group that I don't want them to be the same. So there's some groups I want to get the updates, but there's some that I don't. So if I get very granular, what I can do is I can say, okay, preschool room parents, I want to, there's a notifications button here. I want to turn this off. Save changes. Okay, but then for this group, there's another notifications, and I want to turn this on. So I'm starting to customize it per group that I'm a part of, and that's why under the system-wide notifications, which was this drop-down, it says the word custom. Because it's not just an all or off or an on for the whole system, it's I've customized it based on the group or course. Yeah, so that's when you'll see custom show up. And while I'm up here, if you click on your name, and this will be helpful for parents to change their profile pictures. So when you click on your name, it goes to your profile. It's your Schoology profile. It should be very simple and basic. It's a place to check what groups people are a part of or courses if that pertains to you. And then to change the profile picture, you just click on this, and then it asks you to select a photo. We're encouraging all the parents to do this so that people recognize you, even in this space.
I was going to tell you that this morning we discovered there's another Chloe Chan.
Oh, you should see all the Annette Hansons that are in the system. There are a ton of Annette Hansons.
Are there really?
No, but we just Googled or checked Annette Hanson, and there's a lot of Annette Hansons that came up, but you
Really?
can't go into them because it's
Blocked. Yeah.
But you see your picture.
Just because it's kind of like a Schoology directory. And so it'll have different names. When you click on them, it's blocked because it's not an internal connection.
So then how would you know which one is the right one? Like if I'm in a course right now and I go to add members.
Yeah, I think she was looking under people.
I was looking under people.
Yeah.
Oh, under people, not so because
Right.
if you go to add members, it'll be one of me. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is
Oh yeah, there's two Chloe Hansons in school. That's right.
yes.
This morning he picked the other one, and then I looked at it. I don't think I'm the one holding the baby. I was like, who is that?
Oh no, she's like my baby's taller than me. So.
Yeah, it was a preschool parent, which made sense because they're little ones with them.
So we do need our picture on there.
Yes.
Yeah, it would help a lot. So if I'm going to go back now, so that's just a little brief overview of your profile. And then, so I go back to main campus room parents. This is a place where it shows me who's a member. This is also a place for me to check members. Okay, so if I click on members, it allows me to see who is in here. So I'm hoping I have all the room parents in here.
So I wanted to add something from a conversation I had with the teacher earlier today. The main campus, the room parents group, is teachers aren't in that. So parents can communicate in any way that they want and teachers won't see it. But right now the admin won't see it either. It's just parents. But I am hoping that the room parents would be okay if I were added in there, just not to moderate or to like whatever, but just to make sure that everything's staying kosher. I think there was many years ago there was a problem with a Yahoo group at one point that had to be shut down because things were getting a little out of control. And I don't think we would have that happen again because it's a completely different set of adults. But it would be nice to be able to have at least one person from the administration of the school to be able to also see what's going on in that communication. If there's a problem or if there's things that parents are chatting about that aren't brought to the administrator's attention or the teacher's attention, then at least that's another layer where we could try to solve issues that before they get really big. So I would like to. Well, then I should know what it is that you're complaining about. Otherwise, I don't have an opportunity to fix it. So yeah, I mean, so that's, I don't know. I think it's important to have a tie with a school administrator in there as well. But I agree. I understand if you don't want the teachers on there. Like that's that's okay. There are some things that make sense that you wouldn't want a teacher to see that isn't bad, but just if you're talking about teacher appreciation, if you're talking about other things and you want them to be surprised, those are things, obviously you wouldn't want the teacher to see that ahead of time. So so I understand that leaving the teachers out of the room parent group, but I am going to ask to be in the room parent group. Is Vivian in the room parent group for preschool?
I would have to check. I don't know.
She should probably be on it if she's
I will
not.
add her. Okay. So I selected members, and you guys will be able to do the same. And if you want to change this, so there's Chloe. I think that's the right Chloe, right? Because he doesn't have the picture. So we'll go here, and oh yeah, I saw that email. Yeah, I haven't been able to do that yet.
It's Chinese name.
Honey Bun.
That's too sticky.
Okay, so there's a couple options here. If I wanted to remove her, so I'm just going to do this temporarily, don't worry. So it brings her down here. So if I want to add her as an admin again, I just click on this gear icon and I click make admin. Okay, so it's that easy. And then also if I wanted to send her a private message, I have that option too.
I don't see that in ours. I only see remove admin.
Yeah, so I have that too.
But we don't have, I don't see the send.
You don't have send message. Okay, and so that's something that we're still discussing. It's this internal permission that allows non-faculty members to communicate with non-faculty members. The way the system's set up is that you guys are non-faculty, the students are non-faculty, and if we let that happen internally, then that means that students can send messages to one another and parents will be able to send a message. So while the parents sending messages to each other does make sense on some fronts, we're still kind of discussing that component. So
It's all or nothing. Everybody, the students and the parents would be able to send messages, or none of us.
we just have to create customized roles, which we can do. So I think we're just not fully at that point, but I know that
But you can
internally,
use the notifications too within there instead of an update.
this one,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So if you click on the messaging icon up here too, you'll be able to, so why don't we try that? So let's click on up here in the, there's a, and then click on new message. And then type in someone, like a parent. It's different for me because I have a different role, so I will be able to get it. It would be better if you guys did it, so you could tell me if you see parents' names come up. You have nothing like that?
Nope.
Okay. Okay. So I'm assuming that would be beneficial for parents to have the names start to populate.
Although parents this morning did.
I know, that's what now that's not happening for them. Now I'm kind of confused on why they wouldn't get that. So is that not coming up for anybody in here? It worked.
Send a message.
Okay, you have a different role than everyone else though. You have like a lead parent role.
How come I don't get 2 times?
I would have to contact the company and ask for a
Just
custom
A special one
a-
just for Chloe.
a custom double crown.
Pink diamonds or something.
Diamonds.
Diamonds.
No, I don't see it either.
You don't? Okay.
I wonder if it has to be like part of an address book.
No, it's if you look here, there's permissions. I was talking to you guys about permissions. I'm giving you a little sneak peek on the back end of things. So there are different specific roles for parents and lead parents. And I've just set you guys all as parents. And if you see it, there's so many different checkboxes that I can adjust that'll let you do things or not do things. Okay? So send private messages to non-faculty, I have that off. So when I turn that on, you'll be able to.
We need to add James and Neil on
Okay.
Yeah, we can only send it to faculty. We can see it.
Okay, that makes sense. And that reflects this. Because to send private messages to faculty, yeah, you have that ability.
Jim, I'm still missing. How do I get to this page? I'm sorry.
You do not. You cannot get to that page.
Oh, to this back
Yeah.
end?
Yeah.
So
That was a triple crown.
that would have been a triple crown. I can't give you a triple crown.
No, I'm not asking.
Because then you could somehow tweak it that it would remove me from everything, her from everything.
And we'd be in trouble.
Then we'd
That's
be
okay. I have no desire.
not yet. Not yet.
No. It is not something I want to
I know.
Please.
Please. Okay, so we need to add. So let me see. So we need to add as a member to this one. Okay. So this kind of gives you a sense of how to add a member.
I've added all of you guys to my parent course as well.
I'm going to add him without an invite. It's just going to come up, James, on your group list. Okay.
Did all of you get my course? Like if you look at your courses, there's one. All of you guys should be in a course that says YCIS Silicon Valley Family Community News.
Oh, yes.
Yep, okay.
You might have to scroll. If you have a lot of groups, you might have to scroll and refresh the page if it doesn't come up right away.
Yep. I'm missing some parents. So it's the year that you graduate 8th grade at YCIS, because your Schoology, it travels with you. So like in Shutterfly, instead of starting a whole new class every year or something, like you just stay with the same group every year, and so it just follows you that way. Mm-hmm. So if you have more than one kid, you'll have classes like whatever their graduating class from 8th grade would be is the class that you're in.
And when you guys click on those, I tried to help you out, and I typed in something that says 5th grade, just to help you. I mean, just to connect them. Yeah, yeah. I posted that on everybody's parent group so that you could just connect 2020 with 5th grade. I know that's probably not something you think about very often because it's just different. But you should also see it on your home feed. You should see the name of the group and then class of, you'll see something from me. You should see something from me on your home feed. That was just to help you out. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of groups. So you'll see there's a KA, KB, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, all the way up to 24. It would be helpful if you change. It would be helpful if you would, in your specific grade level course, to change this picture, which I forgot to tell the group this morning, is to change the picture to say something like 7th grade, so that the picture, it's easy to find 7th grade. It's a lot easier to change a profile picture than to change the name of the group every year. So if you can, just find a 7, even if it just says a 7, it doesn't have to say 7th grade, just 7. Whatever you guys want to do, you can customize it, but that'll be your picture for the parent group. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this main campus room parent group where we started. And
Can you add me to that one?
yes. All right, great. And then if you want to, which I also didn't tell the group this morning, if you want to send a private message to the group, not an update, which is seen on this stream, you can go to Group Options, Send Message. All members. Okay, admins would be all of you because you're all admins, but if we weren't, I could then decide if I wanted to send it just admins or just members or just all. And I could do a subject, send it out, and it's this private message sent to everybody. They can, and it only goes back to you. It doesn't go to everybody. They can reply back, but it doesn't go to everybody. It just goes back to the person that sent it.
You see it on the main page?
You do not see it on the main page. You would see that up here under the envelope. Yep, that message is private message. All private messages are up there. I still have one that I haven't read from Stuart.
So is that the easiest way if there's three of us? Is that the easiest way to communicate them is from this screen?
The easiest way to communicate with all of them would be here at updates. So when this is going to be the one that kind of keeps filling in right there, so that anytime you go back to it, you'll be able to look at all the updates that have been sent.
And that'll always go to the other.
That'll go to only those that are members of this group. Yes, not everyone can see it, just those that are in this. This you might not use, but I guess it depends on if you want to send something completely private that doesn't fill up this. And I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's not archived here. It's like in this private message area. You might not use it. I just wanted to show you that it existed. I have a feeling you guys would rather use this one because then people can comment to each other. Like Annie and Karen, she was able to then respond to someone back and forth, so it allows for more communication back and forth. So you'll spend more of your time here in updates. So yeah, is that clear?
And that's how, like, I'll send Monday memos and stuff as an update. So when I go to my course, and I'll update that up on there, and then everyone will get an email. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, only those though that are members of her course.
Yeah, and we're going to push all the parents in there. This is the community one.
Okay, the community one. Okay, great. Okay, and then I'm just going to go down to the left side. So this is a discussion. So we created a discussion this morning by just clicking Add Discussion. And the other topic besides class funds that we were talking about were placemats?
Yeah.
Is that,
Placemats, class funds, field trips. No, not field trips. I think placemats.
is that okay? Okay, placemats. So say I wanted to have a private not private, but like a siloed discussion. I didn't want it to be an updates. I wanted it to be a place where we can talk just about placemats, and I could have I could have a whole conversation about it. So this morning we created one for class funds, and then Andrea put something in there about budget sheets, and then I could reply to her and say, thank you. She'll get a response in her email that I said that, but then you could add something else and then post it. So it's pretty simple.
I don't remember how we were setting the parent organization up. I know that room parents have their group.
We haven't really done that yet. Yeah, we started. Yeah, so the way the workflow has been for us is we started with the faculty first, then the students, to make sure that the faculty were ready. Now the students, and then you guys, and then all the parents. So in that next step, I think we leave the PO group.
Like the PO board, like to have
basically 9 members, and Wendy Loud is accepted the
secretary.
So we have one more people from each group.
Should we create a group or a course for them?
I don't know.
Yeah. I was wondering what you thought.
I mean, the major difference from a group and a course is just like the materials that you put up there, right? So,
and how it's presented.
um,
Not huge.
yeah, I mean, because the PO's not going to be putting up a ton of like videos and all that stuff up there. It would be more like constrained, like how you would use it as a room parent. So I think a group would probably be fine.
Okay.
I don't think a course, you need a course for that.
Okay. Would you mind creating that while we do this in the groups? And then create on the left hand side right there.
So what would be the courses?
So the courses that you guys will have, you if you wanted to, you would subscribe or not subscribe. You're going to be pushed in.
I have something I need to do.
You're going to push into, or we'll push you into my course, which is how you're going to get all the school updates, Monday memos, Gallup information, parent education, community news, stuff like that. Then every single one of your teachers will also have a course. So you'll be able to see what's going on in their class. That's how they'll send their weekly newsletters, any photos that they take of when they're working with kids in class, any video clips that they make of their kids doing a science project or whatever it is, it'll all get pushed into their course. So as a parent, I mean, I have 2 kids here, so I'll have like my course for the whole school. I'll have my oldest child's humanities teacher, STEM teacher, music teacher, art teacher, Chinese teacher. I'll have my elementary school kids, English teacher, Chinese teacher, and so I'll probably have 10 courses that I subscribe to by the time that it's all said and done. But I'm going to go through and on my notification side as the parent, click that I don't want emails from everybody. And I'm just going to make sure that like I log in once a week or twice a week or whatever it is to see what has been updated, because I don't want to get an email notification every time those 10 people send an update. But I want to know what's going on, so I'll just check it. And like for me in personal use, like this feels very much like a Facebook for me, which I use frequently. So like, you know, I check my Facebook every day. I'll probably check Schoology every day just to see what's going on and what the updates are. Or I could choose to get, you know, those email notifications and get an email every single time a teacher updates something. And it's an update, not adding materials. So teachers can add videos, add photos, add a bunch of materials, and you won't know. It'll just be like when they push out an update. Like if there's something they want you specifically to know, it'll go out as an update, and that's when you get emails. Or you can decide to do it as push notifications on your phone or tablet.
So the courses aren't up yet.
No.
Well, the courses are created, but we haven't put parents in them yet.
Yeah. So we're just told the faculty last week or this week, sometime recently, that they're going to be adding material to the course for the parents from K to 2.
Yes.
Right.
So if you are, let me see, we have K to 2 parents here. So if you're a K to 2 parent, it's going to be different than a 3 and up. So for families with children in kindergarten through 2nd grade, you are the student in the course. So whatever the teacher updates and all that stuff, you'll get sent to it as the student of the course. It's actually a lot easier that way. If you are a parent of a student in grades 3 and up, your children are the students in the course, because those teachers will be using it as a teaching and learning tool as well. So your children are the students in those courses, and you will be linked to your child. So that means that when you log on, you'll be able to see everything that your kids see. But as a parent view, you won't be able to participate. So like when your kids are doing, if there's a discussion thread from your teacher, like if Dr. Lucero assigned a discussion thread about these caves in France, and the kids are supposed to comment on each other's pieces and also post a question for others to comment, I could see that, but I can't comment on it. So the parent view is slightly different. You can't interact with what's going on in your child's class, but you can view everything that's going on. And when the teacher sends those updates, you'll still get those updates as well. It means your kids will get their messages fine too, which is fine.
This is what it would look like for those that have their kids. You guys are linked in Schoology. K through 2 will not be linked. Those parents will be a member of the course because it makes sense to have more connection. But as they get older, there's a little bit different of experience from a parent. When you're drop down, you'll have your account, and then the one right below it will say your child. It'll look like this. Browse Schoology as a parent and view your children's activity. So you'll click on that. Okay, and it will be a very simplified view. Some things, this might not be exactly what you see. There's some things that we do on the back end to either hide things or display things. So don't want to get your hopes up that you'll be able to see everything. Just throwing that out there. But you'll be able to, this is not the best example because there's not much to see, there's not much activity, but you guys will be able to see a lot more. Okay, so just know that if you are a parent of grades 3 and above, you will have your account where they'll be a member of a group, and then they will toggle over to their child's account and browse as a parent of their child's activity. And they'll see a lot. They just won't see everything, which is appropriate. I mean, the students need to also develop independence, especially as they're getting into the older grades. Okay. Other questions on that? We have resources too that we can send to the parents about the parent view, that you don't need to feel that you have to have all that information and that knowledge. There's resources that we could send you to provide to them. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the group again, and what I went to now is I selected albums. So if you want to display media albums to the parents, you can. And you can add pictures or videos. So if I want to add an album, we could say first month of school. By default, it allows any member of this group to add their own media. So in the preschool, for example, they created one that said first day of, or family photo, family photos. Left that on, and then all the parents added their family photo, which was kind of a fun way to use it. It also got the parents into it, which was like, you know, an objective of theirs. So you click create, and then you can attach a file, okay? And then the picture will line up right here. The picture will start to line up right there. I was working with a teacher this morning, and I have an example I could show you. This is in the first grade. If you have any first grade parents in here, probably like to see.
And it's really neat because all your files that you can upload, like you get half a gig per file. Like it's huge. And it's unlimited data, and there's a lot of space to put some really neat things.
So this is the one, first grade, first day photos. So you'll be able to see the photos like that.
So the teacher put in all of these pictures?
Yeah, herself.
Okay, so then,
And she put in a caption, which is their name.
okay, so then if I wanted to create that and I wanted like Annette and Chloe to put their kids into that, would they get an email to say add to this?
No. What you would have to do is you would have to create the album here and call it, you know, family photos, whatever you want to call it. And then you would go to updates and say, time to add your photos to our first media album. Please select the albums tab on the left-hand side of this group to find the album. Then add your photo. And then you post it. So you have to send them an update to let them know that that's ready for them to do.
And every time you send an update, it'll go to everybody in your group. So if you wanted it to go to someone outside of your group, you would need to send a notification on your messages.
But they would not be able to get in here unless they are a member.
Yeah, you have to add them.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you download those pictures, and then what size are the downloads?
It's a good question. I can go back to, let's see. So if I click on them, I can save the image. Let's look. For the size of it.
It's right next to the file. This is in
Where does it say that?
next to on the So these little pictures, little.
Oh, 1 megabyte. I see. Yeah. So you can download them. Yeah, pretty small file size. Yeah, and then we're also saying, can you copy media albums from one parent group to another? You can. You just have to be careful with videos. Videos don't always transfer very well. Pictures, they transfer usually pretty fine. So a lot of it is also just trialing and seeing how it works, and then reaching out to each other to get information around being able to do certain things. Okay, so if I went back to this group, so I did discussions. So we started with updates, sending out mass messages, discussions to have separate specific topics to discuss, and then we talked about albums. Okay, it's really nice too to take pictures on your on your smartphone or a tablet using the Schoology app, and adding pictures to media albums is really easy. So the teachers will do that a lot because it's just easy to do. It's just a faster way to do that. Yeah, you were fine. You were fine. Yeah. And then last thing that's important to pay attention to is resources. So if there is something like a file, like a document that you want the parents to see, you can add it to resources. So consider this like your filing cabinet for things that you want them to be able to access. You could send an update and say, hey everyone, please check resources. I've added a Word doc or a file or a PDF around this event in August. You could do that too if you want to put it here. You can just attach it to an update and leave it there, but it wouldn't then, they would then have to kind of search through previous updates to find that attachment. If you want to have a place for them to have a bunch of files here that they can go back to whenever, either now or in March, they could go back here to resources. So it's a lot of information. It's all kind of big picture too. So it'll make more sense to you guys as you start playing with it. So this green access code is if someone wasn't in here, and this is just one way, if for some reason your add members wasn't there, you could give this access code to anybody that you want to join this. They go to their groups and they go to join, and it's going to ask for that access code.
So we're going to get, so this is a really good test for the school because we use your email addresses to push out your invite basically. And so this will let us know if we have bad email addresses or people that didn't give us an email address. A lot of times in a family, we'll just get one email address as the contact and we don't always get both. And so people that want access to any Schoology information, we're going to have their email address to add them on the back end. And so when we'll be able to know if teachers get emails or if I get phone calls or emails or something that says, hey, so-and-so's on Schoology, why am I not on it? Then I need to say, well, we need to double check your email address because either we don't have it or we have an incorrect one. And then we can add them. Or instead of doing it that way, if they don't want to give their email address for whatever reason, then we can give that parent the access code and then they would have to be responsible to go and become part of that course. Or group, sorry, not course. Or course with your teacher.
Yeah. So I think that's a really big overview of predominantly groups. Is there any other questions you guys have on your mind?
So, what's the roll-up?
Yeah, so next week we'll let everyone know that all parents were using this week to get you in the right courses for your kids, and send you your login credentials to Schoology. So we'll have that week to do that. And then the week after, so beginning September 12th, is when teachers and like the Monday memo and all that stuff will start being pushed out in Schoology. So we have a week to get everyone in the right courses and a week for parents to log on for the first time. And then, because all the parents are already in, so everybody's already in the system, we just need to connect you to your right courses.
Right, they're not placed in anything yet. Just
yeah.
you
it's
guys
just like
are.
a user, yeah, it's like we just have a bank of all the parents' email addresses that we have. And then we'll take that and connect them. next week.
So for the groups, so for, let's say, all the parents for that group, will they have to subscribe or will they be added to that group?
They will be
They'll
added.
be added.
So it's
You will not need to add yourselves to anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you can't see something, or like if you don't get anything with Schoology or anything at all, it means that we don't have a working email for you. And so we're going to put that on the parent side. So if everyone knows, hey, this is rolling out, we have all parents already on the uploaded on the back end. And if someone's not getting it, they either need to check their spam folder first to make sure that their login credentials didn't go to spam. If it's not in spam, that means that we just don't have a working email. And so we'll have to either send you an access code, which we could do, or you need to get the correct email address. If for whatever reason parents don't want to give a second email address, because we have a lot of families that just do one. Like they have a common email address that's just for school, and they don't want to give their personal other contact, and that's fine. So they can choose if they want an access code or if they want to give us another email address.
Delete a post. That's actually a really good point, is that if you didn't like just playing with our new toy.
So it does work.
So it's hidden, and then you go there and you say delete. So as the device gets smaller, the less features there are.
Yeah.
So just be careful. If you're trying to do certain things that you can do here on your phone, you'll be like, why can't I do this? The smaller the device, the less you can do. So if you're creating and you're working on this, I would definitely recommend this or like a desktop. So I'll delete it for you.
We were just talking about the
Exactly. Yeah.
And
So
then get
it's-
your computer so you can delete it if you don't like it.
Exactly. So it's super efficient on the iOS app for sure. Just you can't always do everything. Yeah.
teachers will like
Oh yeah. So see right here, if I want to delete this one, you just go to the right. Adam.
Oh, you go to your notifications.
Notifications to like to change. Okay. Yes. So I'll just review that one more time. So there are notifications system-wide that apply to all of your courses and all of your groups. That's up here. System-wide. So it's going to apply this to everything that you're a part of. Okay? And then you guys would go down. Most of you are just going to be in groups unless you have a K2 kid. Then you'll have a group. You'll have a course too. And then you go in here to change that. It's custom here because when I went to my groups, I went to a specific group and I said the preschool room parents, I actually want to adjust it. I want to customize this. I'm going to click on this and I'm going to get rid of everything. But that's just for this group. So there is group and course specific notifications in the corner of every single one that you go into. And then there's system wide, which is up here. Got it? Oh, up here, there's a little drop down next to your name. You see is your name.
Okay, you know what? For some crazy reason, my screen is too wide, so I don't even see that sign.
I see. You might have to scroll over. Oh, I just thought of one thing that we haven't talked about yet, which is the calendar. So if you want to add an event to your grade level calendar, you'll see we did one this morning, room parent training. You can just click add events, or you can select this icon. If I select that icon, it gives me the calendar view for this group only. Every group has their own calendar. Okay, so if I want to add Monday, I don't know if I want to add a Labor Day holiday because
It's on there 10 times already. So like,
Say that's birthday.
I think that's on there too. Already.
is my birthday on there?
Not
Who
on
would've
this
put
one,
that?
but on someone else's. I think it says it.
Oh.
I saw it. So
Yeah, so every group or course that you're a part of, though, if they have their own calendar, when you go to your home page, all your calendars sync up there. So like when I go to my home page and I'm a member of like 10 different groups right now, all
Everything.
their calendars, so I have Labor Day showing up like 10 times. Okay, there has to be a way where I don't get Labor Day showing up 10 different times.
Yeah, so if you guys wanted to do one for today, you can just click on this that day and you can create a new event. So type in the event, you can describe it if you want, and then there's this kind of fun RSVP. Only people that are in this group can RSVP. You turn that on, and then you would click create. I'll show you this one that's already done. That was already done this morning. Okay, it's that one. I click view, and then it says people have already clicked attending, which is kind of fun. And there's a way to comment too.
So we practiced that feature as a school the Friday before school started with a happy hour. So it was like we practiced it like who's attending and had like just, you know, something fun, and then we all went. But
Yeah, and then it will come up here, right here on your upcoming list. And then like Annette was saying, when you click on home, it also has it on my upcoming list, but it's an accumulation of every group and course that I'm a part of.
so you can see that James is a part of 3 courses that all have Labor Day on their calendar.
Yeah, so see, this is from like the building calendar, this is from the main campus all teacher calendar, and this is from the preschool staff. Everyone put Labor Day holiday. Yeah, yeah, and there's other birthdays. I thought I saw your birthday, maybe I did. So I think that